This topic, I don't know, to you it might be heavy because we see most times women come up to say, oh, they've left their marriage because of this reason and that reason. And sometimes men also come out to share these reasons. Then something happened. We see people that we think this is happy home, this is forever. And if they should end, then we have lost all hope in relationship. I mean, I feel like a larger percentage of us have said, if this people's relationship can end, then I will stop believing in love, or I have stopped believing in love if this should end, right? You've heard people say that. Anyways, Sabinus was in the nose. That rhymed. Sabinus was in the nose. And they said his relationship or his marriage that happened back in 2023 has ended. And not just that, they said that Sabinus had been beating the woman. So they've been in a relationship for a while. We knew that he had a woman, but when they did their small introduction and engagement, he didn't make it public. It was even some persons who saw them when it was happening that made it put it online that he was getting married to his woman. And they've been together since like 2021, right? And it's been very beautiful to see. Tell me why. We now saw it on the news that these people are working on getting divorced. They are separated. The wife has not been in Nigeria for a while now, for over 2 years now. She's been out of the country. So when it first came online back in 2024, that Sabinus was hitting the woman, Sabinus came online to say, how? This woman is not even in the country. So how am I beating somebody I'm not even seeing? And they said it's a lie. It didn't happen. However, 2025, fast forward, and they are set to divorce. And Sabinus is saying, I'm going to give you 20 million naira. Just go. The woman is refusing, saying, guy, everything we've gone through, I'm not taking 20 million naira from you. You've beat me enough that 20 million naira is not going to do anything. That is why it's been dragging, and that is why it now came back on the news. And Sabinus is now not really denying that he beat the woman or anything. That is why I've gone to look at it like, who are some of the Nigerian celebrities that have been accused of, hitting their women? We've seen it over and over. Some women have come to say it, and the men have denied aggressively, and have even brought evidence that it was the woman that was the aggressor in the relationship. Right? Nedu did that. Nedu, he did it. Daddy Freeze, he did it. Said it was his first wife that was hitting him. He never hit her. Right? And they've sworn on their life that it didn't happen. But there are some men that have been accused, and even though they have denied it, most people have denied it, there are some that is still stuck to that there is nothing they can use to remove that from their body, that is, hit their women at one point or the other. Now, Emeka Ike, he got married in the year 2000, and recently, last year, Bichude, there was an interview, the wife still reiterated that he hit her and all that. The ex-wife talked about him ignoring their children, and even though he's remarried and all that, the woman is still insisting Emeka Ike used to hit her. The marriage ended in 2014. Legally, they divorced in 2015, and we're still hearing about it. Emeka Ike has relocated and all of those things, but this news is still following him that he used to beat his first wife. Now, moving on from Emeka Ike, another person is Saidi Balogun. Saidi is 58 years old now. He was married to Faithia Balogun, and they got married in the year 2000 also. And it wasn't until 2014 that they were able to finally divorce. They've been separated for years before then, but they met on movie sets and all that. And Faithia documented that the man used to hit her. That was one of the reasons the marriage ended. And regardless of how much their senior colleagues, their friends trying to interfere to say you people are like the power couple in Hollywood, you guys should remain together, they've not gotten back together. Said has even gone ahead to be with other women. Faithia Balogun has not publicly told us this is the man she's seen, although there's been news of her engagement several years after years. We've heard that she's engaged to a man based in Turkey, a man based in the UK, but we've not seen any physical evidence of that happening, right? So she's still by herself, and she still retains Balogun. And we've also had some briefs concerning that, but she did say that yes, Saidi used to hit her. Saidi has refused it, said it's not true, but Faithia still maintains that she suffered domestic violence while she was married to him. Another person is Sabinus. I've mentioned Sabinus' situation. That was what even drove this video to happen. Macon also ended over 25 years friendship and over 20 years marriage with his wife, Mabel Macon. And prior to then, there's been several news years before that, there is rift in the family. AY not just womanizes, he also comes back and beats Mabel when, maybe if she accuses him or comes at him and confronts him and all that. But They stuck together until both of them decided no longer could take it, and then they told us in 2024 that their marriage had ended, right? And we said, oh, okay, we figured that, right? And Mabel still said that, yeah, case of domestic violence happened, it hit her, and she can't take it, even though she's also accused him of infidelity. Wewa has also accused Mabel of infidelity, but still, Mabel claimed that there was domestic violence involved in their during the course of the marriage, and they've left themselves now. So yeah, EY has that allegation over his head. He's just roaming that he beat his wife, Mabel. Anyway, moving on from then, Harrison, the Nigerian singer, also got married in 2021. They welcomed the child back in 2017, I think. Yeah, then in 2021 they got engaged and got married. And in 2023, the marriage ended when the woman came online to say, Harrison, I don't know what I am. I'm not a punching bag. You've been beating me for too long. You sleep with different women, small girls, this one, that one, do this one and that one. I can no longer stay in this marriage, and you hit me. Harrison came to say it's a lie. You are the one that does refuse to stay in your husband's house. Both of them have thrown accusation here and there against each other. But the one that still sticks, and a lot of blogs I've carried and people have testified to, is that Harrison actually does beat his ex-wife, because both of them are no longer together now, even though they share children together. It was even said that he beat her to one extent that she miscarried their child, right? She was pregnant and he beat her so much that she actually miscarried, right? So that's there. Another person is Olakunle Churchill. I'm including him because also a popular person on his own right, like in his own right, regardless of the woman he's married to, is very popular, and is about 2 years married to Tonto Dike from 2015 to 2017 is one that I'm sure is always in the history book. Is one that even he can never forget, regardless of the fact that they share a child together. He can't forget, because it's still something that's still following him up to now. Calling him a 2-minute man, Indomie man, this one, that one. I sponsored the marriage. You told me you're Obasanjo's cousin, so I spent my money on you, and on top of that, you were beating me and sleeping around. People were doing, you call me sister, I call her brother. You were sleeping with my friend that you call your sister, and now she's your wife, and all of those things has happened. And even now that Olakunle Churchill is married to a different woman, a lot of persons are still saying, and blogs are still saying, Rose, you better come out and say the truth. This man is beating you. Tonto Dike was telling the truth when she said Churchill used to beat her. He's beating you now and he's sleeping around on you. Don't wait until when you're about to die. You now come and say, what people help me. We are giving you a chance now to come out and call this man out on who he is, a woman. You refuse to do that. So people are still saying that he's even beating his current wife and mother of his child. So what do I know? Over to you people to talk about. Another person is Frank Edo, yes, the former host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Although he has refuted it several times, he granted an interview recently, and he said that he didn't beat this woman. It almost cost him his job on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, because this woman came online to say that was his first wife, Catherine, who is Cameroonian Nigerian, right? They were married. It seemed rosy until the marriage, ended. And that was back in 2011, but they divorced finally in 2013. And Catherine said, she used to beat me. And he said, you are the one that used to beat me. Oh, I have evidence that in this relationship, you are the beater. Me, never. And he refused it, and he said that MTN, they called him to a meeting. That those are the producers and the sponsors of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Called him into a meeting and said, we can't have you represent us, our brand. We can't have somebody who has your history and your record represent. And he said he gave them evidence, and by the time, because they were there, they were already angry, they already judged him in their hearts. He said he could see it in their faces when he entered the meeting. And by the time he was leaving, even the women that were there, who were like, women supporting women, you're beating a fellow woman, this one, that one, that all of the women felt pity for him when he finished telling them what actually happened in his marriage. And so he was able to retain his job until the whole franchise, ended. And of course, they revived Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He's still the host and all of those things. So he's still happy and going for him. So I think he was able to claim to substantially prove that it wasn't the aggressor during their relationship. He has gone ahead to marry another woman now. He shares children with the new woman and all of those things. He's moved on with his life, but that is a part of his life that will never leave him. He will always have to deal with. He will always have to explain to people over and over again that, I never beat this woman, but he has been accused of beating his wife. Anyways, I think I've exhausted my own list, but I know that I've not exhausted all the list of Nigerian celebrities, because I didn't even touch the singers. I felt like it was only Ari that I touched, Ari song. feel like there's some other artists who have been accused of eating their wives. Yeah, so comedians, actors, people in the entertainment industry as a whole who have been accused of domestic violence, one form or the other, but I didn't mention them. So you can help me in the comment section. You can help me mention them. Let me know who they are. Who am I missing out? I'll be waiting for you there. But I think I have exhausted my own list here. And if you don't agree with anybody I mentioned, but I doubt it because this is, but if you don't agree, yeah, let me in the comment section. Also, I invite you. Let's have a discussion there. Let's talk about it. I'll be waiting for you there. I also need you to please subscribe to this channel. It might feel like it's repetitive and we say it all the time, subscribe, subscribe. But it's very important, very imperative that you subscribe to this channel. Not just subscribe. You also need to hit on the bell button that will pop up after you click on the subscribe button. That bell icon is what will notify you when we have updates for you. That is going to also help you and help us, because when we have updates, you know, we are your one-stop shop for everything entertainment. You get to hear that, you get to see it, and you get to be abreast of happenings across the globe, which, I mean, that's what we are here for. Anyways, I will see you in the next one. This is GISTUBE TV. Bye.